I don't want to make a big deal out of this, but some pretty interesting information trickled over my phone from the Cleveland Browns OTA yesterday. I'm not great at math, but let's put the numbers up for the television audience. It appears in the 4-quarterback derby. Again, not a mathematician, but one of them has more TDs than completions. That feels important to me. Despite the fact that Shedeur Sanders had the fewest attempts, he was the most efficient and most productive with the fewest reps. So the quarterback tracker for those radio audience members, Flacco was 9 for 14 and a touchdown. Pickett, 9 for 16, no touchdown. Dillon Gabriel, 11 of 16, 2 touchdowns and a pick. And Sanders, 7 of 9, 3 touchdowns, no picks. This, Justin, I've seen enough. I'm calling it a wrap. The Herd Newsroom is calling it in Ohio by a landslide. Shedeur Sanders should be started.
I'm not even gonna lie, this is the first ever Colin Cowherd clip that genuinely made me laugh. The dude is just trolling this entire Shedeur situation, and then he put the elected graphic at the end. The media buzz around these non-padded OTAs are actually insane, but I will say, it's not like we should totally be ignoring what is happening in them. Shedeur is making a great first impression both on and off the field. He does not look like he should have dropped to the 5th round, and now the Browns saved $40 million by not picking him early and listening to what Browns fans were thinking. They traded down and got an extra 1st round pick for next year. For the first time in a long time, I think the Browns had a pretty successful offseason. But that's not what this video is about. The Browns recently saw some great things from both Shedeur Sanders and Joe Flacco. That's what I want to talk about. Obviously, there's a lot of news going on with Dillon Gabriel, and also there has not been a ton of coverage on the rest of the team, so that's really the goal of today. I want to talk about everything going on, the news, the storylines, some of the good things we heard from the players and media themselves in a bunch of interviews. There's a lot to get to. But before I do get into all of that stuff, I have a quick update from Cleveland's Cool Clothing. They have a few new special releases for this Browns and Guardians season, including some Myles Garrett shirts. They got dog merch, some Jose stuff for the guards, tons of Cavs stuff, and at checkout, if you use code SPENCE, you will receive 15% off your order. This is a local Cleveland business, so if you love Cleveland and you love the Browns or the guards and Cavs, they got merch for everything. Please go check them out. Everything will be linked at the top of my description. Alright, so starting out with the news, the first thing is about Joe Flacco. I talked about this in my last video, but Flacco is here to compete. He showed off his arm. He looks like he has not lost a step, but I thought it was funny hearing him say that he doesn't want to be a mentor. That's not why he came to Cleveland, and I love to hear that competitive mindset and spirit, but at the same time, at some point in the season, when the Browns are on the downside of the roller coaster, he is going to have to step in and be that voice and be that leader because his experience is definitely valuable. I guess to get to all the bad news, let's start off with Dillon Gabriel. I don't want to rip on him too much because again, it's just OTAs, and the dude has been getting so much negativity from both the media and fans, but he just looks small compared to everyone else. And when I say small, like people tower over him, and he's having throws already in a non-padded practice environment getting tipped at the line of scrimmage. The one clip that went kind of viral was when Mason Graham stuck up his hand and deflected one, and also, no matter how fake or real they are, Gabriel's practice numbers have not been that good. Like every time I've seen the stats, he has had an interception or has just not been as efficient as Shedeur. Alright, now to get to some good news going on with the Browns, let's talk DeJuan Jones, the offensive lineman from the Ohio State University, and I think for him, the talent is there. It is just about staying on the field, finding a rhythm, and putting it all together. Zach Jackson, who attended OTAs, had a lot to say about DeJuan. He said just watching him, he blended in well with all the guys, and that he is just stretching the surface of his potential. He also said that he's a first-round talent when he's healthy, but the problem is that guys that big, guys his size, just don't stay healthy. They just don't. Another issue with him is that the Browns want him on the outsides at either left tackle or right tackle. That's kind of been a position they've been trying to fill and find an answer to, and his size serves him both a big advantage and big disadvantage at those spots. The thing that helps him is that since he's so huge, he just takes up a ton of space, which makes it harder to get around him, but also at the same time, even at practice, if Myles Garrett is going to line up across him, I don't know if he has the agility to keep up with Myles. Actually, I do know. The answer is that he doesn't. But we all know the saying, iron sharpens iron. I'm sure Miles, whenever he gets back to Cleveland and is practicing, it's going to help him so much with learning how to guard against the best of the best, because it doesn't get better than Garrett. He's the best that the Wand is going to have to go up against all year long, no matter if it's a practice or game setting. But overall, every lineman in this league has some problems in some way. Jones is not the only one, and his basketball background gives him that ability to move and that freak athleticism. So if he can cut down a bit on the size and continue to work on his conditioning and just stay focused and continue to grow as a player, he really could be the future right or left tackle for this franchise, if healthy, so that is some good. Alright, moving on, this clip is going to make you Shedeur fans super excited. Here is what Zach Jackson had to say about this Shedeur versus Gabriel situation.
Because those throws include some that are on the 3-yard line, some that are on the 5-yard line, some with the 1s and 11 on 11, some with 7 on 7s with some guys that have no prayer to make this team. Right?
Yes.
But, like, this is what we're charting. This is the competition. They say it's a 4-man competition. It's not. It's 2 guys versus 2 guys. It's the 2 older guys to be the starter. It's the 2 younger guys to position themselves however it may be and show little improvement every single day, right? So, you know, of all the things I'm watching the first 5 when they break a session, the first 5 with the veterans, with the ones. Who's in there? Where are they going? The ball's going to Jerry Jeudy, right? Flacco's no dummy. He don't last as long as he has, right? He can really whiz it. But as we go on, I want to watch these guys because, they probably just got plays installed Tuesday, and they're out there running them Wednesday. Again, with guys that have no prayer to make the team. And Shedeur's going to have to be so good to earn more reps that he's going to have to continue to deliver. I watch him. He's talented. I hear things. He's handling things well. We'll see. He's 2 days in. He's 2 weeks in. They just 2 Tuesdays ago is the first time they were ever in the building for anything other than rookie minicamp or a visit, which was just hanging out and talking an hour on the whiteboard. So they're just getting used to this.
So beyond the stats, the important thing is everything has been positive so far, as could be with Sanders.
Yes.
Is that fair?
Yes, with all of them, but yes, with him, sure.
So yeah, pretty much every inside source I've seen has said good things about Shedeur and negative things in some way about Dillon Gabriel. And again, as a Browns fan, I don't want this to be one guy against another. These are teammates. I want both of them to help each other improve, and I want them to like each other. But that's not what the Shedeur fan base is like. Not even trying to bash you all, because you all are amazing if you guys are watching this video. But every post, I see the comments. Only here for 12, everything is about 12. And at times it does kind of become a lot, but for Shedeur and OTAs, and so far this offseason, so far, so good. Alright, now moving on, let's switch gears and get into some news regarding the Browns defense, which could actually be the most important unit in 2025. The Browns already had one of the NFL's top defensive lines, and that's more so the case with Mason Graham now in the fold. The 6'3", 296-pound rookie possesses a terrific combination of hand skills, speed, power, and a non-stop motor that will provide opposing offensive lines with headaches as early as week 1. During his time at Michigan, Graham racked up 60 solo tackles, 18 lost yardage tackles, 9 sacks, a fumble recovery, and his trio of defended passes. He's coming off a 2024 performance that saw him record career-high Pro Football Focus grades regarding tackling at 78, run defense at 92.6, and overall defense at 91.3, as well as unanimous All-American honors for the first time. Graham has reportedly looked dialed in at OTAs. He's been disruptive on the front lines. Obviously, there was that batted ball clip, but this is great news because he came into this offseason with some weight issues that the Browns have been on top of and trying to fix. So the fact that Graham, according to multiple inside sources and the coaching staff, is starting to find his groove is big positive news. So yeah, a lot of good stuff going on with the Browns right now. Over the next few weeks, as the entire team starts to get together, there's going to be a lot more to talk about in terms of news and rumors. I know a lot of stuff is just about Shedeur and Dillon right now for good reason. But yeah, man, thank you all so much for watching if you made it to this point in the video. And if you enjoyed, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. Also, check out the top link in my description. Go check out Cleveland's Cool Clothing. They got a ton of cool stuff. Go support a local business. And until next time, I will see you all later.